Welcome everyone to the call. Very exciting today. We have a great product, SendJim, and have the CEO here, Chris Phillips. And exciting, this product was brought to me by the guys over at Sotellus, and I got an email and a call to Vince. You've got to check this out. This is an incredible product. So I got a chance to look at it. I wanted to get in here sooner, but we had a lot going on. And I know there's some people that are already interested in this already, but this is an incredible product. It's a hyper-targeted mailing system. I've never seen anything like this, and when you get a chance to hear what Chris has to say, you're going to be pretty amazed at what this product can do. It's very cutting edge. It's taking technology and the market that someone's in, and this is perfect for certain interests. You'll get into that. So Chris is the CEO. Chris, we welcome you to the call, and it's been a real pleasure to get to know you over the last few days here and get things set up. And with that, I'm going to hand it off to you, and maybe you can talk a little bit about how you got into this business, how you started, a little bit of your background, and then dig into the product. And we appreciate having you on the call.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Vince. Yes, my name's Chris Phillips. I'm actually the president. Josh, my partner, Latimer, is the CEO, but it doesn't matter. We actually came up with this product because we were in the home service industry. We had a window cleaning pressure washing business that we started in 2009. I quit my corporate sales job and told people I was going to start a pressure washing business, and they literally thought I had lost my mind. It was Michigan. We had the big, economic downturn, and even my brother was like, "Who's going to pay you to wash their house?" Well, fast forward a little bit, we started doing $50,000 a month, $100,000. We hit $150,000 a month, and by 2015, we had come up with this that was a proprietary software that we used to get new customers, and then also to keep the customers that we already had engaged. So you're looking at about $1 million plus of software here, and so this really helps people in the home service industry, whether it be, we were window cleaners and pressure washers, but lawn care, plumbers, HVAC, any type of home security people, pest control. There's literally tons and tons of potential prospects out. We've really just worked in the space that we're comfortable with because it's been kind of the low-hanging fruit for us, which is window cleaning and pressure washing, roof cleaning, those types of services. But what I'd like to do is just kind of, we're in an account right now, but I just kind of want to give you an idea of what this can do. What gets most people excited with SendJim is what we call our radius bomb tool. And when we were new to window cleaning, we tried some EDDM, and we had that money spent even before we sent out the cards. We're like, if we even got 0.5% on 10,000 cards, that's 50 new customers. And we sent the thing out. We got 2 calls. We got about $150 worth of business, and we'd spent $3,000, and we're like, never again. What we didn't understand is you've got to stay with it. EDDM works, and there's been a lot of great home service companies built with that model, but you have to do it every month. It's repetition, repetition, repetition. But what this allows you to do, think of EDDM with a sniper rifle. So I'm going to just take the little tool here, and I can circle this little cul-de-sac right there. We've geocoded the whole United States. So this now is searched, and it's found 15 homes. So it's grabbed the addresses of the people at the end of this cul-de-sac. I press the button. I go to my pre-set up templates, and let's say I am a window cleaner, and I want to do what I call a 5-around card. I simply do that. Now I can actually upload a custom image to this card, and if you notice right here, there's a little picture of the house. That's where the custom image can go. So if this was a gated community, I could take a little picture of the front gate area, and I can put that on these 15 cards that quickly. I won't do it for time's sake, but you just hit continue and send, and that's how fast you can reach out to to people at the end of a cul-de-sac. Now, let's say you do docks and you just wanted to circumvent lakefront properties. So you can, I won't do the whole thing here, but I think you kind of get where I'm going with this. So that just searched and found 72 lake houses, and you click there. Now I'm going to show you what I mean. We have terminology, and I know it's probably confusing because I know what it means, but you guys don't. So a quick send is a template, is either a postcard or one of the things that we can send, and it's just been pre-set up and ready to go. So I'm going to do a normal mailing here, and I kind of show you some of the things that we can do. So we have postcards. We have 2 different sizes of postcards. We have letters. The letters are unique because you can have that variable picture that pokes through the window of the letter. We also have greeting cards, gifts. We also have voicemail bomb, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But I'm just going to kind of show you our postcards right here. Remember, these were lakefront homes that I had grabbed. We have 2 different sizes of postcards. We have a 4x6 and a 5x8. Now, the unique thing about our software is you can upload your own custom image. There's no restrictions on that, and so you can either have your local graphics person do that, or if you're have a little bit of expertise in Canva or in Photoshop, you can put together your own template. But we do have a huge library of different cards. So this was we're hitting lakes. I'm gonna go down and just grab some of our window cleaning cards. You just click on that, and some of these templates support a picture of the house. Some of them don't. Any one that has that sideways, that offset picture of a home, this will support a variable picture, so I could add that picture to each card. On the back, there's a small area for you to write some custom text there. You just hit select and next. Now, we also give you the ability to add a QR code. So if you wanted to, if people scan that, 3 years ago when we did this, QR codes were going to change the industry. They've kind of fizzled out, but we do have that option. I can add that custom image here if I wanted to, and then I can also put some text here that will appear on the card. We can change the size of this, and we change color and things like that. On the right, it's giving me a preview of the card. It takes a little bit for it to generate the preview because it needs to go to our printer. I'm going to actually, I'll update that just so you can see the area where you can, what I used to do with this for our window cleaning company is I would actually put in here window cleaning, and I'd put a real price on there for their outside windows. I'd put roof cleaning, real price. So it gives you a lot of flexibility of what you put on these cards, and you can get really personalized. If you think about when you go to your mailbox, you're only really interested in the things that are important to you. And so the reason that this works so well is we give you the ability to personalize these cards. In fact, when we first started this, I would put the prospect's picture of their house on the front of this card. And we were getting a 3 to 4% response rate for window cleaning on these cards. Now, we also have a mobile app, and it's our data collection device, and we can kind of go into that, maybe on another call. But what that allows you to do right from your cell phone, you can be out in a neighborhood, and there's a Find Me button. You hit that. It pulls up the address that you're in front of, so you don't have to type it out. You can take a picture of the prospect's house right there, and you can send the cards right from out in the field. It's great for the 5-arounds, but anything that you can put on this the front of the card that personalize it to the prospect is where we really see the high responses. I'm going to get out of this really quick. Does anybody have any questions on this? It's pretty self-explanatory. We allow you to hyper-target specific neighborhoods. We give you the ability to exclude your current customers. So if if you're in here and you wanted to hit this neighborhood here, but you didn't want to hit your current customers, you just exclude by tags. You can just go after commercial, or you can go after just residential, or both. It does do that automatically for you. Any questions on the radius bomb right now?
Yeah, this is Troy.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Sure.
Hey, so in some of your marketing, you have put the personal pictures of the homes, but I would think even if you're eliminating some of the time of typing in addresses and all that, that's got to take an enormous amount of time, I would think. I mean, to get out any number of addresses.
I totally agree with you.
Can you give me a better...
It is very labor intensive, but I'm just telling you from a guy that started, a total startup window cleaning company. It was important for me to get 10,000 flyers out in the spring. And the problem with that is I had to go back. And so when I got this tool in my hand, it took me about a week, but I went out and I got 4,000 pictures and 4,000 addresses, and I never had to go back because they all end up in your addresses, and now you never have to go back. Now, you don't have to go out and do that. There's other ways to personalize these cards because we give you the ability to create your own designs. What I recommend, let me show you just south of town here. So this neighborhood right here is the Hills of Tyrone. No, that's the wrong one. But okay, so you grab the houses in here like that, and then you have a customized template that is specifically for homes in the Hills of Tyrone. And that's how you can personalize it to get people to say, oh, this is for me. This has something to do with me, rather than just typically what EDDM cards do is you throw as much stuff about how awesome your company is, and people don't care about that. So if I'm going after lake houses or a golf course, I'm going to make that design of my postcard about lake living, or you get a free sleeve of balls, golf balls for every estimate. So there's other ways that you can do it without having to go and take a picture of each individual house. It still does that, and I still have people that go out and do that, and they do really well. But you're absolutely right. It is very labor intensive. You can do about, with the mobile app, you can do about 100 an hour. But like I said, once you have them done, you pretty much can own this area.
Okay, well, I'm getting my head around it a little better now.
So this is Mike Driggers. I have a question. So let's say I set up a template, and like I have an HVAC company that I'm working with. If they were servicing a house, they take a picture of that house and say, and the postcard says, hey, we were in your neighborhood and working on your neighbor's house. We want to offer a special offer from your neighbor to you. Blah, blah, blah. You could set up a template and then just take a picture of that house and just mark the areas that you want to send it out, right?
Absolutely. Let me show you how easy this is. Let's say that was your customer. Natalie was your customer. You hit send. So you can send her anything. I mean, you can have a follow-up sequence that hits her with emails and reminders and a Christmas card, whatever you want to do. We also do ringless voicemail, so you could have your thank you sequence for when that job's completed. She'll get a nice thank you card followed by an ask for referral voicemail that hits her 3 days later, an email, or a letter in the summertime, and then a Christmas card at the end of the year. But we also have what we call neighbor mailing. So you click neighbor, and this is real similar to what the radius bomb does. It's just a different way of looking at it. So you can say, you know what, I want to hit the closest 15 neighbors. And I go and I hit my 5-around card or whatever I hit. So this is what we call our quick sends, and this is where you would set up either a single template to go out, or you can see this one is blue and this says VIP sequence. So this is more than one card. I can add the custom image of that house that I was just at. I won't do that there, but as you can see, this is what we call our VIP sequence, and I set it up as a thank you card with a little box of truffles, ask for referral postcard that goes out 2 weeks later. This is going to include the summer letter, and then a reminder to do gutter cleaning. We'll do that as a voicemail bomb in the fall, and then it'll also include a Christmas card. So obviously I wouldn't send this particular sequence to my to her neighbors, but so you understand what I'm saying. You can send that to her or that to whoever you'd like, but you can also reach out to her neighbors that quickly. You just hit neighbor mailing, select the number, and so I did a manual mailing here, but I could go and pick 3 different postcards to drip on these people over the next 3 weeks, and that tends to be your low-hanging fruit because they've already seen the truck in the driveway. A lot of times they want to come over and ask for some information, but they're embarrassed. So this is a great way to just reach out to the neighbors without having to go and do the door hangers and ask your employees to do it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I think we lost his volume there, but yes.
Okay. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're doing fine. Once in a while there's a little feedback, but you're doing good. Okay,
so what I wanted to show you is this is the area where you're able to set up, whatever you want. And so I'm going to hit Add Quick Send here, and I'll show you all the different things that we have. So obviously we have the postcards, letters, emails, greeting cards, but we have what we call voicemail bomb, which is just a ringless voicemail that you can bomb out to the whole list. And then we also have gifts. So we have about 40 different types of gift cards. These are all included with a greeting card of your choice. And then we have things like brownies and cookies and truffles and chocolate-covered almonds and gummy bears and popcorns and even a full pound of See's candies if you wanted to. So this really helps with your existing customers to make sure that you remain relevant with them, and just remind them that you care about them.
Yeah, sorry, I got disconnected on the part. You could actually even use that where you send out the like, hey, I've been in your area, but your whole campaign that you develop, you can do multiple campaigns. Like if you're going out to the house, you're going to be going out, you could send ahead of time to all the neighbors, right?
If you're scheduled for a job 3 weeks out or even 2 weeks out, you could just say, you know what, I'm going to be in that neighborhood. I'm going to let everybody know.
Hey, Mike, I think we get feedback from your phone.
I'm not on my phone. I'm on my I'm on my computer.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to meet you up there. Okay, Chris, try that.
Okay. So yeah, if you wanted to, if you had a job in this subdivision, you could just come here, grab 9 of the houses and give them a special offer. You would just come in here, grab a postcard. Let's grab one of our 5-around cards. You just pick it. We won't put the QR code on there. We won't use an image, but you could just write whatever you'd like, hey, we're going to be coming out to see Betty Smith here on the 15th. If you'd like to schedule the same day, we'll save 10% off or something like that. Yeah, this works really well for preemptive strikes, is I think what you're saying.
Yeah, it's exactly. Now, you were showing the candy and all that stuff. That's stuff that you can send, hey, thanks for being a customer. That stuff you guys deliver?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. You never see any of this stuff. You hit send and it automatically appears. So there's no going to the post office. Let me explain the way that all this works and kind of some of the pricing on this. So when you're ready to send things, you don't have to carry any balance on the credits, but each credit is 69 cents, and it sends one 4x6 postcard. That's first class mailed, delivered, printed, and everything. And they are the highest quality cards that we could find out there. They're UV coated both sides. They're 110 weight. They're beautiful cards. And then, so when you're ready to, to send something, you just add credits here. You can buy them in, bundles of 100 up to 5,000 if you wanted to. You just put your credit card information in there, and then you just, send what you want. Let me go back. Here. On some of the gifts, let me just give you, for instance, like a $100 American Express gift card is going to cost you $104.88, but that includes a greeting card delivered. So it'd be really hard to even duplicate that. A box of brownies is a 2-pack of brownies with a greeting card is 15 credits. Times 69 cents, I think it's $10.35. Our business model isn't to beat you up on what you send. It's more to encourage you to send things to your existing customers, to get more referrals, and just remain relevant in your existing customers' minds. This also works really well if you're working with property maintenance companies, or if you have a real estate lady that's getting you a lot of referrals, then you can make sure you have a little drip campaign that's going to send her some nice little things, maybe a Starbucks card and some cookies, over time, just so she's remembering to refer you every time she gets a new person to move into the neighborhood. So does that make sense?
Yeah, you're doing great, Chris. I was thinking, I have a daughter and she has a notary business, and she wants to be really relevant with all the real estate agents and title officers, and sending them something. This is just great. You're doing a good job, Chris.
Okay, thank you. So what you would do is you would upload your list right here. So, we can upload the list into CSV file. You just, grab the list and upload it into here, and then we can also put some tags on here. So you might have prospects and you might have existing customers, and so you can search that way. And you can include a picture with each individual contact. It's not necessary, but that gets kind of back to originally the reason we set it up was to get the prospect's house in there. But it becomes very handy, especially if you've just done work for somebody. You get that picture of their house and you send that out to the neighbors just so they know that you were in the area. We do recommend you get the client's permission before you send a picture of their house out. So yes, I mean that's what you do. You just create a tag of those specific prospects that you wanted. You pull your list, and then you can just hit select all, and you can have already your VIP sequence set up, and it would just or follow up sequence. I mean the possibilities are endless on what you can set this thing up. You could just have it just doing emails to people. There's no cost to emails. It's included in the service. let me kind of explain how we get paid. We have two different ways that people can get set up with SendJim. We have, of course, a 14-day free trial, which I recommend you as salespeople just get people in to try it. They have to put their credit card in. If they don't do anything after the 14 days and they want to stay on, it's $99 a month. And there's no contract. They just as long as they want to use it, then they pay $99. You guys make 30% of that, and and so then our salespeople will be out calling and making sure everybody's taken care of. They understand how to use this. It's really important in the first 90 days to get people to have some success with this. What typically happens is they'll watch one of our webinars and it's an emotional buy, and they'll sign up because it makes sense when they see it presented, in the way my partner can do it. But then it's really important for us to kind of come alongside, get them some wins, get them sending out some brownies to their 10 most influential people. Get them to send some targeted, hyper-targeted, personalized messages to that special subdivision that they really want to start dominating in, and so that's what we do. Typically, the people that are paying the $99 a month will upgrade to the annual. It's $800 or $799 for the annual, and you guys get 30% of that as well. We also,
So
go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't quite get that, but I mean, we can talk about it later, I guess. But so you charge a flat fee, is what I'm hearing, and then whatever the mail cost of everything, the shipping on top.
Exactly. Yep. So it's either $99 a month, there's no contract, or you got an annual where you can pay $7.99, and it's just once a year.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and then we also, we give people a lot of additional things, like, my partner's done a 5-round mastermind class. Now, you see these little coins, these are free credits. We actually incentivize people just to go through and watch the videos, and we'll give them free cards, or what we call credits. Each credit sends one 4x6 card. Just to watch these, and it really helps them understand, how to use this tool where they're going to win with it. What we don't want to have happen is people come in here and use this as an EDDM, thing where they circle 1,500 houses and just send out a random card that tells them how great their company is. You're going to get the same type of response rate as you would with an EDDM for a much higher price. So our whole thing is we want to really, teach people about relationship marketing, and we want to teach people about how to send a personalized, hyper-targeted card, and the fact that you have to hit people multiple times. So that's what these classes are all about. This is a 5-round mastermind class, and that's what that's teaching about. These are all included. We have a relationship marketing mastermind class, and we do the same thing with that. We give people free postage and printing if they just watch the different videos. Any other questions?
You're doing good. Keep going.
Okay, so the best place, what I would do if you guys wanted to get more information on this, I would go to SendJim.io. You've got, more emotional style videos, and this is I would let this site convert people for you. I'd just say, hey, I just saw this new tool, you got to check it out. Just get people here, and this site really converts. We can also do things like workshops or webinars where we can try to get a bunch of people and build like a big audience on like a Thursday night, and we can do it that way as well. Or if you've got somebody that's just interested and you want to just give me their name and number, we'll call people for you and walk them through this. To sell this, you kind of have to understand about the person's business and kind of connect with them on that level. And because I've run a service company before and I can kind of talk that language, it's easier for me to sell this to like a window cleaner or somebody that's in the home industry, home service industry. We've done really well with HVAC and with some plumbers, but we haven't even touched those vertical markets. But the people that have come on board with us and understand it and are using it properly have done really, really well. It's helped them with maintenance agreements and getting reminders out to their customers, and then they've also been able to with HVAC, typically you've got these subdivisions that could be 15, 20 years old, and it's just all those furnaces and all those air conditioning units were put in at the same time, and so they start going bad. And then what we've done is we've done kind of what we call a preemptive strike in those neighborhoods. Hey, we just replaced a furnace, locally here. If you wanted a free, a free tune-up or a free evaluation, and so that's worked really well. Just sending like 150 cards, is getting them out in front of 2 or 3 people.
So on this page, I have 2 things. On this page, I'm assuming that this is do we have an affiliate link for that so they recognize? Because I'm assuming after you're doing the Jeff Walker type product launch and afterwards you're going to sell them on something. Are we assigned an affiliate link for this?
Yeah, so what we do is we have what we call forever links. So when you go to show somebody this, you're going to send them to a link where they'll, in order for them to get to this page, they have to put in an email address. Okay, so you'll send them here, and if they want to see the demo or get a free trial, they click here, and then they're going to put their name and email in. Once that's done, then that it doesn't matter if they call 2 years later and I sell them personally. You guys will get the credit for that, because once we have their email and their name in there, then it's locked in as somebody that's come from you.
Okay, so we'd have to sign up on the affiliate side. I'm assuming, are you using ClickFunnels, or how Vince, are you tying it through Agora? How are you tracking all
that? When you are in the back office of Agora, I already have the link set up. So you just go in there and click on that link, and it'll take you right over here. And then but one thing is they don't have it where we can, right at this moment, designate the individual sales rep. So if you do get a sell on this, you need to email Chris or Melissa or both and make sure we know that it's your client. But because right now it's just going to show that it's an Agora client off of that link.
Right, and we do use ClickFunnels, and there's ways for us to get this worked out where everybody individually has something that will track them. So we just need to kind of work through it and just set some stuff up. I mean, we're very close, and then we also have some other products as well, like our sales and marketing super course. We don't have to talk about that today, but there's some other really great products that we have that you guys can make, the 30% or whatever the price is with what you have set up with Agora.
Yeah, we'll have to figure some stuff out, Vince, on this. I mean, we could set up a main link for just Agora, and that's the one you use through ClickFunnels, so everybody would use that same one, and then we would just have to verify with Agora who our account was.
Right, that's what I was thinking. And then what we could provide for you is when somebody signs up through this link, then we would shoot it over, to somebody over there, in a nice spreadsheet. Okay, this is what's come through. This is what we're planning on paying on, and then we'd have first name and email, and then you guys could, that's the person that I sent over there, or something like that. We'll we'll automate it somehow. But right now, you know, if you get somebody to this site right here, and they log in to watch the demo or get the, you know, the 14-day free trial, then we know that this came from, you know, somebody out there, and we would provide the other information that you need there, as far as, you know, email and name, and I guess we'd have to figure out how you guys would claim that.
Yeah, we can talk about it offline.
Sure.
I have some ideas. We could do it, but the other question I had is, if I wanted to set up a time to do a webinar for a client, I could do that with you?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got GoToMeeting, or I mean, we've got all kinds of things that we could do. I mean, I'll walk people through this personally if you want me to. Absolutely.
Okay, great, because I do have an HVAC client that I've been pre-selling them on this, and I'm going to be meeting with them tomorrow, so I'll want to reach out to you to set up a time for us to have a conversation.
Sure, and I can walk them through the whole thing, and yeah, absolutely. We're getting close to about 2,000 clients. We've been doing this for about 5 years. We really, about 2 years ago, we really kind of started. We originally, like I said, we called it Street Bidder, and there was a mobile app. You could take a picture of the house and send a postcard like that. So we added things like gifts, and then the radius bomb, all within the last couple of years, and that's really when we've just kind of exploded. People love the idea about taking the picture of the house and sending a postcard because they knew they'd get their message read, but nobody wanted to do it. But it still works really well if you try it that way.
We have a question. Vicki, are you out there still?
Yes.
And you had a couple questions, so why don't you go ahead and ask those questions now, okay?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
I thought I was muted. Okay, great. Thanks for this. This is awesome. So you answered my question, I believe, about the credits dollar for dollar. It's the cards are credits are equal to 69 cents for one postcard, and then the gifts are their actual value plus a small fee for the greeting card. Is that correct?
No, the greeting card's always included.
Well, I mean that's included, but okay.
Right.
So
but there's not. You pay for this, and then you have to also pay for that. It's
okay.
You know, like a 2-pack of brownies with the greeting card's 15 credits, and
which is
comes
like
out
$10.35. You said okay.
Yes.
Okay, got it. And then so I do have a HVAC client that I'm just working on targeting their 10-year-old clients right now.
Okay.
So just give me an idea of how that might work with this product.
Okay, so you've got 10-year-old clients.
I've got a whole database, but, you know, I was just thinking about, you know, you mentioned the subdivision. Of course, that's by geolocation. So, like the same subdivision with all the products.
I might, you know, look in doing a voicemail bomb. And you would have your client go in and make a really good voicemail saying, you know, hey, this is Chris with HVAC ABC company. Hey, you know, we serviced your area. I don't even know what you'd say, but you'd want to put it together really well. Now, the nice thing about that is, you know, you'll have numbers on people, but it's only going to charge you for delivered voicemails. And I bet you, if it was big enough, you know, I'd do like maybe 200 and do like a little test market and see what you got. The other thing to do, and what I would probably do if it was my company, I would put together a really nice letter and just, you know, hey, it's been a long time. You know, we still think about our old customers, and just try to get something in their hands to, you know, re-engage the relationship. let them know that you care, that it's been 10 years, you probably should have a checkup, you know, and let's look at some of the things. Are you even still, you know, at this residence? Yeah, I would do something like that.
So those
and you can do that in a postcard as well.
Okay, or a postcard, yeah.
But I mean, I think the whole thing that you're going to want to do with your customer is just let them realize that they shouldn't wait 10 years to to re-engage with these people. They really should be. Now, look, I get it. I just bought a new furnace, but I can tell you, I mean, the people I had out to service me before I bought that furnace, they never sent me a thank you card. They never sent me any follow-up, and to tell you the truth, I just forgot who they were, and I went right back to Google, and I bought it from the first person that I found.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's really important, and look at, I mean, I can refer people if I know what the name of the company is, but, I mean, I couldn't tell you the names of you know, even the people that sold me my furnace. They never followed up with me.
Wow. Okay.
You know, those types of businesses like plumbing and heating and cooling and electrical, they are total reactionary marketers. I mean, so they're waiting. You know, they're trying to position themselves in the right place and say, "Look at me, look at me," but they do not have a offensive tool where they can pull a lever and get deal flow. I think you got to be a little bit more clever with this, but I think that this could be a good lever for those companies as well. But it's really, really, in my estimation, it's really, really important to be staying engaged with your existing customers. And, I mean, because any one of those people that are old customers could move, and they all know somebody that's going to have some type of heating and cooling or electrical or plumbing need in the next, 5 years. If you're engaging those people and turning them into your sales force, it can only go well for you.
Right. So do you have, in your offerings, are there templates in there?
Oh, yeah. Let me show you what. And look, if you get an obscure vertical market, like I just signed up a physical therapist who's going to be using this. He specializes in golf injuries, so he's going to be targeting around golf courses. We'll create custom templates for you. I mean, we can do that. We're trying not to be in the business of being a design company, and that's why we just make it where you can create your own template and just upload it. But we have tons and tons of templates. Let me just show you here. So you were saying HVAC? Mm-hmm. Here we go. So we got quite a few HVAC. So this particular one doesn't have a picture of the house. So, and this one does. So I mean, I would use a card like this if I just was out in in Stony Brook subdivision, and I mean, if we were at Mrs. Smith's house, then I'd put a picture of her house on here, and I'd send it out to the neighbors. Again, you need to get permission from Mrs. Smith, but so we've got tons and tons of templates. But if people are needing a little bit more specific help, but what I found with the HVAC and plumbing, these people have no problem going out and hiring a graphic artist to design a whole suite of this stuff for them. I mean, I'm used to dealing with window cleaners, and a lot of those companies really struggle. But if you get a good HVAC company, I mean, they do really, really well. And it's nothing for them to spend $500 on a whole suite of templates.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume this would be really good for pest control, because I know pest control wants to build as many clients in a targeted area. So it's probably really powerful.
if my house has termites or carpenter ants, I mean, the neighbors want to know that, Hey, we just cleaned up this infestation over at your neighbor's house. You might want to get checked out. Here's a coupon for a free screening or whatever.
How is this done with solar? How has this been pretty good with solar?
Got a couple people with solar, but the one guy I'm thinking of, and I'll have to look a little bit closer. But he wanted pictures of people's houses, and then he was going to superimpose the solar units on that picture, and he had analysis paralysis and just never pulled the trigger on sending this stuff out. But the nice thing with solar is the ticket is so high, you only really need to get 1 out of 1,000, and it's going to pay for itself.
Yeah.
So,
but you say, hey, we did your neighbor's house, because I know they usually put the signs up in the yard so people can see who did their home, right? And so I know this would be powerful to show, like, yeah, your neighbor did that, and you did a radius bomb on it.
Yeah, I mean, I would be doing a radius bomb in every subdivision I was in. I would be doing a preemptive strike. If you've got people that have are set up to do an evaluation to see the cost efficiency of going solar, I'd be saying, hey, we're going to be in the neighborhood, doing these cost analysis. If you're interested, let's we'll be there, the week of. I mean, I would even do that without somebody. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're going to be in your area doing cost analysis for solar, and just set it up for from January 3rd to January 17th, and be bombing that to people. I'd send 3 cards out, and just let them know that, hey, you're going to be in the area. It doesn't mean that you're lying to them. You are going to be in the area because you're marketing in that area, because you want to be in there and get people's business. So yeah, the other vertical markets that really work are home security, but I mean HVAC, plumbing, electrical, I think is just, it's blue ocean. These guys are not used to having to go out and be proactive marketers. They're reactionary marketers, and if you can show them that there's a way that they don't have to sit and wait for the phone to ring, I think there's a lot of opportunity there. Of course, if you have anybody that's got a window cleaning, pressure washing, carpet cleaning, any of the maid service, lawn care, landscapers, I mean, this thing just kills it with any of those companies. So any other questions?
No, you're doing a good job. Is there anything else on here that we need to know about?
I mean, that's about it. Trying to think. I mean,
they also have a real estate product that's similar to this for realtors, which we'll do later. And we were talking about that earlier.
I could show it to you real quick if you wanted me to.
Yeah, and then we're going to bring this into Agora also. We don't have it in there just yet, but it'll be easy for us to do.
It's called Relationship Farm.
Vicki, do you want to ask that question while he's pulling that up?
Okay, great. My question is there something that we have to purchase in order to promote this?
No.
Just use. What I would do is just get them to that one page and give them the 14-day free trial.
Right.
So you can either get them by email, but make sure you send that link over, and then make sure that that we know that your client. Give us a list of any people until we get your name put in there.
or just
Okay.
email me their information. I'll call them personally myself. I mean, we have a sales force here. We're motivated to help our affiliates, and I mean, it's a great way. And then you can sit in on the call if you want and kind of get a little bit more educated on what this, and how to sell it. Really, the best way to sell this is just let my partner explain it emotionally on one of the, if you just go to the site, SendJim.io, and just schedule the demo, just look at some of those videos. You can grab those videos and email them to people. No, don't do that, because you want them to put their email in, and you want to make sure that you guys are getting credit.
You get credit for it.
And look, if something weird happens and you call me up and say, hey, this Mr. Smith guy that just signed up, he was a lead of ours. We're gonna pay you on it.
And if you watch the videos are very fun and entertaining. They put a lot of humor into it, so they're really good. They're very well put together. You got to watch some of the videos.
So this is Relationship Farm. He's going to come out. I mean, each page has a video that is all walked through and shows you how to use it. The big difference with this is you're able to put a picture of your profile picture on it, because real estate people are all about their photo. You can put your logo on each card. We are working a little bit on this. The logo has come out to be just too small. It's one of the reasons we didn't put a logo on SendJim, because everybody's got different size logos. They all come in different shapes and sizes. It's really kind of a logistical nightmare to try to do that for everybody. So we figured, if they wanted their logo on the cards, then just, have them create their own cards. But, so it's basically the same site. It's geared towards real estate or insurance, and so the templates are all different. You don't have services that you can add, but it's basically all the same. The postcard library is different. You've got like just listed, referrals, gratitude, first time home buyer. But yeah, we'll get this all set up for you guys and get the affiliate links on this. This is just blue ocean. We haven't really even been promoting it because we've been so busy with SendJim. Any other
Vicki,
questions?
did you have another question? Vicki, were you trying to say something earlier?
I was just wanting to have the contact information that you mentioned, Chris and someone.
Sure, I can put it in
Melissa.
So I'm just Chris at SendJim.com, and you can reach me at 855-663-5937.
That phone number's in the back office of Agora too. And let me go ahead and put your email in there also, okay, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. I just put it in the chat.
Okay, got it. This information's in the back office of Agora right now.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, it's not every day that a cutting edge product comes around, and we're always keeping our eye open for these cutting edge technology type products that are just incredible. And when I heard about this was very exciting. So when you tie this together with everything else we have between the websites, the Sotellus, getting them, you can really help a business be very successful. This is a very cutting edge, dynamic tool, and when someone uses it correctly, it can just bring in tons of business for them, which just keeps them as a repeat client. So here at Agora, this really adds to our suite of services, building the website. We teach the 5 pillars of the internet, but once you have those things built and you have your internet presence built, reaching out, there's other forms, and that's where we get into where we talk about visibility and promotion, right? So before you do your branding first. Once the company is branded, they have their reviews down, they have their look and feel down, then they do the visibility, they get their presence out there. This is an awesome promotional tool to bring in at a very low cost expense to bring in a high volume of people, especially on some of these are high ticketed items, like HVAC or solar, like you said. Some of these are high ticketed items. So this is a very, very powerful tool in the hands. It's very creative. Companies are always looking for creative ways to have an edge on their competition, and this is a powerful way to do that. Are there any other questions out there? So you did good. So we're right on schedule. Chris, we really appreciate you coming on the call. If you go in the back office of Agora, it's right there on the top. You can go through. The link is on there where it says start your free trial today. You can click on that. That'll make sure that we get credit. And like I said, if you do have a customer, just make sure we know about it until we get that other field in there. Commissions and all the information, the contact information is there, and also the videos. So we appreciate everyone being on the call today. Chris, you did a great job. We're looking forward to working with you. And so if anyone does have any further questions, Chris, they can just call you or email you. I'm
Absolutely.
sure some of these people on here will. Yeah, and his phone number is in the back there under customer support, and also his email. You can either email support@sendjim.com or chris@sendjim.com.